Welcome into the news portion of DSI. I'm Jordan Kudish. Well, we start tonight with an update on that hit and run involving a 7-year-old boy right here in Salisbury. Police say they arrested the man that they believe is responsible. This man, 35-year-old Jeremy Osborne Sr., is the man behind the wheel of the car that did not stop after hitting a young boy on East Main Street earlier this week. He was taken into custody Thursday and is currently being held at the Wicomico County Detention Center, and is being hit with a number of charges. That's including failure to remain at scene of accident involving bodily injury and driving without a license. Now, as for the victim, we're told he's at shock trauma in Baltimore, but he is in stable condition. And moving now to Harrington, the National Weather Service officially confirming a tornado touching ground through the area just Thursday evening. Strong winds damaging buildings, homes, and trees, leaving people today dealing with the cleanup of that aftermath. 47 ABC's Anissa Lopez has the latest.
After Thursday evening's tornado ripped through Harrington, trees and debris were left everywhere. And now some locals are left picking up the pieces.
Everybody was pretty shook up about it, and luckily I had a lot of friends and family that come. We probably had almost 100 people here after it happened, cleaning up trees.
We secured all utilities and power to all the structures involved to make sure that there's not going to be any hazards due to the damage in the area.
I'm told by the chief of Harrington Fire Company and Kenny Vincent, the owner of a local business, that the tornado came quickly through Harrington and along South DuPont Highway, dragging with it high winds, lots of rain, dark clouds, and even wiping out cornfields in its way.
It looks like a train or a roller run through there, and it's just a flat path that headed right through here. My wife and secretary and a couple employees were still in the building, and they said it was loud like a train coming through here.
Vincent says the strong winds even took off part of the roof on his business, adding that him and his employees are losing a day of work just to pick up the mess the storm left.
I called the guy that built this building for me, and I asked him to get here as soon as possible to get the building covered back up, and he did. So we're losing today. I got my guys out here cleaning up the parking lot, but I think we'll be back in operation on Tuesday morning.
But the silver lining in this is that Chief Robbie Brode tells me the impact could have been worse had this storm happened just a few weeks later.
It was a blessing that the fair wasn't going on at that point in time, because that could have made for another major catastrophic event should there have been patrons on the grounds. Also the rides and the campers with the livestock and everything like that out there.
Anissa Lopez, 47 ABC.
Chief Brode says that they've had storms in the past that caused significant damage, but they haven't actually had a tornado touchdown in quite some time. And fortunately, despite that damage, no injuries were reported. And moving now over to Maryland, the state of emergency Governor Hogan declared just last March is officially over. But with that, pandemic protections are also set to expire. The state's moratorium on evictions protections expire on August 15th, yet organizations like Habitat for Humanity of Wicomico County say the urgent need is still there. They say they've given out over $400,000 of the $977,000 allocated for rental assistance in just the last 30 days. And they urge community members to use resources like rent and utility assistance while they are still available. And with that, we're going to toss things over to meteorologist Ulysses Garcia for a look at your weekend forecast.
And thank you, Jordan. When it comes to today, though, we dealt with the rain and things are finally drying out across the area. We're right now dealing with clearing skies here in our Morse Roofing and Siding Sky Cam in Rehoboth Beach. The weather is fairly quiet. Weather watchers calling in. We have Chuck and Lewis at 72 degrees, Ted and Millsboro at 72, John and Fenwick at 71 degrees. And when it comes to weather watchers calling in, we have Ted and Millsboro at 1.6 inches of rainfall since the storm began back on Thursday. Thursday, and temperatures across the area in the upper 60s to lower 70s at this hour. 69 in Melfa, 71 degrees in Ocean City, 67 in Dover. But notice how we have lower dew points already making their way over parts of the midshore, already down into the 50s, 55 in Cambridge, 56 in Easton. Still dealing with a bit more of that humidity out towards the east, but we will see those humidity values dropping here as we make our way into the nighttime hours and especially into your Saturday. Those winds coming in mostly out of a northwesterly direction at around 5 miles an hour. And here are those dew points. So we are going to be in for some drier air tomorrow afternoon. Dew points not too bad in those lower 60s, and we carry that over into your Sunday. It really won't be until Monday when we really begin to see the humidity creeping in back into our area, especially as those temperatures begin to surge going into the work week. In the meantime, notice how those clouds continue to decrease from west to east, and that's going to be the trend here as we go throughout the night. The actual cold front already out into the Atlantic. However, though, we will still have a little bit of an influence of that, and the fact that we'll have a little bit of a trough push through the area going into your Saturday, that's going to bring the chance for some spotty showers. Also, our newest update when it comes to Hurricane Elsa, 80 miles an hour. So it actually has weakened a little bit, but still expected to re-strengthen a little bit more as we head into Saturday, and still going to be a concern as we make our way through parts of the Caribbean islands throughout this weekend. And eventually it will just be the real question is how much interaction will it have with Haiti and Cuba? That will really determine how strong the storm will be once it makes a path towards the United States as we go into next week, especially during the middle portion of the work week. Here on Delmarva for tonight, though, partly cloudy skies, a mixture of sunshine and clouds on Saturday. We deal with some of those spotty showers and thunderstorms throughout the afternoon hours. And then heading into Sunday, it's really going to be a great one for the 4th of July. A good amount of sunshine across the area. For tonight, 60 to 65 degrees. Still can't rule out the chance of a sprinkle here and there throughout the overnight, but overall clouds continue to decrease. Saturday, overall, not too bad of a day. Just keep an eye on the sky in the afternoon just for the chance of an isolated shower and thunderstorm. Temperatures in the upper 70s. We do have a small craft advisory in effect for the Chesapeake, but all of our winds are out of the northwest at 10 to 15 knots across our local waters. Don't forget that sunblock this weekend. Really, I think the best day overall will be Sunday going into Monday, just because of the fact that temperatures, we're not going to be dealing with any rainfall. Temperatures will be warming up into the 90s by Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the chance of some thunderstorms return as we head towards the back end of the work week. You're watching DSI, and we'll be right back after the break.
I'm Coach Fuchs, Pocomoke High School, and you're watching the Delmarva Sports Insider.